Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show. And on this episode, we're going to talk about the mighty South Sydney Rabbitohs. Can Russell's Crow team go from the preliminary final to premiers? Or will they crash down to earth with second year syndrome of Lachlan Illas? As we have a look at the Rabbitohs squad for 2023, and let's have a look at their best 17 here at Barry Charles Footy Show. First off, let's have a look at who they've lost in 2023. Well, to start off with, Mark Nicholas, who was a solid backup prop, so he's not a bad player. Jackson Paulo is a fringe starting player, so they don't miss much there. And Cody Nikarima was a last minute signing for the end of the year. Very good utility. So, but they haven't really added any players this season, so they're sticky with what they got. So it's interesting. A few teams have done this year, so it's interesting to see how they go. They've signed a couple of young stars, but no superstars. So, looking at superstars though, let's have a look at their best 17. Wow, number one. This is just clear as day. Latrell Mitchell. Now, Latrell Mitchell, he needs to deliver some premierships. Now, if he wants to really, truly be an immortal, which a lot of people are already saying he could be, he needs to deliver premierships. I mean, I know he's got some at the Roosters, but did he really do much? He did one of the grand finals, he did. But can he do it for the Rabbitohs? And that is the question. And I think their premiership window is closing very, very shortly. They have signed, obviously, long-term Latrell and Cody Walker and Damien Cook, and they'll be questioned to see if that was the right idea. We will see in the long term. But in the short term, it could be very good. I think you could get one more real good season out of Cook and Cody Walker if they do improve. But after that, I've got question marks over both of them. So that's going to be interesting to see how that develops over the next few years for you Rabbitohs fans. Obviously, Alec Johnson picks himself on one side. The other side, you could probably pick one of about 5 people, but I've gone for Tane Milne. But there's no guarantee he will be there with Isaac Tuss and Campbell Graham being the centre pairing, but obviously Jackson Paulo will be in that conversation as well. But does that set the world on fire? No, it doesn't. Cody Walker and Lachlan Illas. It's going to be interesting to see how Lachlan Illas goes this year. Can he get around the second year syndrome? Only 1 out of 10 players do. So that shows you how big the second year syndrome is. Everyone knows your game plan, how you play. Can you adapt and improve? And it's going to be the question for Jason Demetriou and Lachlan Illas to get the best out of him in 2023. The forward pick, to me, is looking a little bit light. Liam Knight, if he stays injury free, there's a concern. Even Thomas Burgess was injured a few times. Going to be interested to see how they go. Damien Cook is there for now. I have big questions over how he's going to go long term. Jai Arrow and Keon Kolomatangi. I mean, I think this is where you like. They probably got the best in the comp. And Cameron Murray, I think this is the best 11 to 13 in the comp for mine. Very, very good. You got the solid and the razzle dazzle in it. Absolutely outstanding. Sylvia Havili, going to be interesting because he's near retirement as well. Will we see much more out of Daniel Salute Fafita? He needs to improve. And will he deliver? Tavita Tola, he'll be there at abouts. And then Michael Cheekham. So it's a little bit questioning the depth there of the Rabbitohs for mine. With but obviously Blake Tuff can come in, but he's sort of a forgotten player in the squad. He's probably better than not playing. But it doesn't seem like anyone else wants him either, so I'm not sure what's happening there. And obviously Isaac Thompson's obviously another one that can easily go in there. So it's going to be an interesting time here for the Rabbitohs. There's obviously Jason Demetriou, very good player, very good coach. this is going to be his testing season for mine. If he can get the best out of Lachlan Illas, this spine, can he get the best out of all of them? Because Cody Walker and Damien Cook went a little bit sideways. Are they going to keep going sideways or backwards, or can they boost back into form? I think they're missing their general Anna Reynolds, even though they did make the preliminary final again. But that's been the question for the squad. They really are getting so used to making the preliminary final. That's their standard. They got to get to Penrith standard and go, yes, we're going to win the comp. That's the next evolution. Now, I think the belief is in the squad, and I think they look very, very well as a, but again, to me, depth is an issue. And I think with the Redcliffe Dolphins coming in, it's an issue for a lot of clubs. And to me, they got to go to the Super League to get them. Where can the Rabbitohs improve as a squad now? If you're looking for what they need to improve, there's questions in the back line. They could do with a strike centre or a winger. That would be two things that we're looking to hope these young guns improve on. I think they're probably missing one star prop, and that's probably what's eluding me from saying they're going to win a premiership. I think they're just missing a little bit of top-notch talent there. And obviously halfback Lachlan Illas is going to have to deliver, and hooker. They're big concerns for me. And the 6, Cody Walker. Very concerned about the spine. Latrell Mitchell. Some people can carry the team, but I just don't know if one player can carry a team to a premiership these days. They can carry them so far, but to win a premiership, you need more than just one player on the day. So that's the thing with Rabbitohs. They've been a very good team for quite a while, but they've only got one premiership to count for in the last 10 years for all their consistency of late. Even though it's good for you Rabbitohs fans that your team is at least there all the time, but not good for... And for me, their premiership window is about to close, so they need to deliver this season while they got these gun players. If Cody Walker and Damien Cook come back to their best, they could win 2 premierships. That's how good this team could be if those two come back to form. Yes, I think they're gonna, even though he wasn't there long, but I think if they were looking to sign someone, they need a utility. They just don't have it in the squad, like a utility that can play quite a lot of positions. That is the big query for me, and I think that's what could lead them down the path of not being able to win the premiership, just having that player that can be a Mr. Fixer in any situation. Obviously, they need the dummy half, but they need someone who can cover Illas and that. So they're going to have to find some young guns, the Rabbitohs, to really push forward the season. Hope they deliver. That's what most teams need to get themselves over the line. And the salary cap. So that's the Rabbitohs squad for 2023. To me, I see them as a top 4 squad. I do have concerns though. If Cody Walker and Damien Cook do not deliver, then they could fall out and not even make the top 8. I'd expect them to be 4th, but again, I can see them missing the A2 if their spine does not get their act together. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Rabbitohs 2023. Remember to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care out there.